Theater Festival.
And if it's all right, I'd like Director Carr to read the proclamation and present,
Oh,
and the
okay.
board present it.
Should I read it from this one?
Either one, they're both the same, whichever one.
Okay, I'm pleased to do this because I love the theater festival. This is from the Fair Oaks Recreation Park District and the proclamation of the governing board of the Fair Oaks Recreation Park District, County of Sacramento, State of California, honoring Fair Oaks Theater Festival, recognizing the Fair Oaks Theater Festival for over 4 decades of dedicated service to the community of Fair Oaks. Whereas the Fair Oaks Theater Festival was founded over 40 years ago by a visionary group of local business leaders and community members who saw promise in the underutilized Veterans Memorial Amphitheater. And whereas under the leadership of founders Wendell and Lois Frazier, and continued by dedicated leaders such as Tony and Barbara Sestito, the Fair Oaks Theater Festival provided a platform for Shakespearean productions, community performances, educational programs, and mentorship, for emerging artists. And whereas the Fair Oaks Theater Festival became a respected cultural institution in the Sacramento region, offering affordable, quality theater performances and enriching the lives of thousands of residents and visitors alike. And whereas the success and longevity of Fair Oaks Theater Festival was made possible through the tireless efforts of passionate volunteers, directors, designers, actors, technicians, board members, and community supporters. And whereas countless individuals, families, and organizations have supported and contributed to the Fair Oaks Theater Festival's mission, including American River College, the Fair Oaks Rotary Club, Fair Oaks Chamber of Commerce, and the Fair Oaks Recreation and Park District itself. And whereas the Fair Oaks Theater Festival has officially closed its curtain for the final time, marking the end of a beloved and influential era in Fair Oaks history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Fair Oaks Recreation and Park District does hereby extend its deepest appreciation and heartfelt recognition to the Fair Oaks Theater Festival, its founders, leaders, supporters, and artists for their outstanding contributions to the cultural and community life of Fair Oaks. Be it further resolved that the legacy of the Fair Oaks Theater Festival shall be forever remembered as a cherished part of this community's identity and cultural history. Passed and adopted this 15th day of October, 2025. Delinda Tomanik, Chair, Board of Directors, John O'Farrell, Vice Chair, Board of Directors, Darren Mounts, Director, Raymond James Irwin, Director, and Ralph Carhart, Director.
We'll do that, if you guys want to come up, and we'll do the Ralph, when y'all come on. The ultimate, all things big.
Yes.
Let Ralph take take pictures of you. Get y'all in there. Thank you, Jimmy. Oh, yes. Oh, that's just a spare.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're okay. I get a picture.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a spare. Yeah.
Smile, everyone. Say Fair Oaks Theater Festival. Okay, great.
Thank you. I'm Sunny. That's okay. That's fine.
I got all the posters.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Barbara has. And you know, we're all made up. So you think of that. There are 3 silver. Remember the same I remember that. I know, so thank you.
Give special regards to my.
Oh, I.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's out.
I want to get them back, please.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's very. Oh, yeah, yeah. And now it's off the facts.
CDD, so.
Yeah. But what I.
This is good.
Somehow get the.
It's have all those things.
Yeah. No, we actually, the one thing we did that really only cosmetically in here was to add the sound. Yeah, and then, and that camera's the mic. Very well.
It's,
She said, no. Oh, I sure did. Dog's fun. It's still.
All right, so let's move on. So we will move to our next presentation. So presentation of new member staff.
I actually did it this month. Thank you, Irrigation Board of Directors. I'm Sean Ventura, Parks and Facilities Manager, and if you two gentlemen would come on up here with me. Wanted to take a moment to introduce you to a couple of one new staff, one semi-new staff. This is Rick Servo, who has been a park worker with the district for a number of years now. It's been what, you're up to around 3 now? 4, almost 5. Almost 4. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I should have looked that up beforehand. Rick was a park worker. We recently had an opening in the park supervisor position, and he has been promoted into that position. And since that time, he has been excelling, working with the staff out in the field, and really being just a very beneficial team member to support all of us over in the park department. And next to him is Patrick Robinson, who is very new. As you likely remember, I was supposed to introduce him about 2 months ago. So he's a little bit more of a short-term guy so far, but I hope he'll stay for as long as he cares to. He is going to be our boots on the ground down here in the village. So if you're out here enjoying the new park, you'll likely see Patrick around. And if you're enjoying some of the events around here, you'll likely see Patrick around. Gentlemen, would you care to say a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah, I just want to keep it nice and short. I just want to thank Sean and the district really for recognizing my potential. And I look forward to helping the district grow in whichever direction it wants to, really, so.
Awesome. Thanks. Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to work on this beautiful building, which you guys have been working hard on, and I can't wait to make an impact on the community.
Thanks for being over.
You're gonna have your work cut out for you with all the mulch on the side.
We'll be watching it too.
All right, we'll move to item number 5, audience public comment for non-agenda items. So this is when any person may address the board upon any subject that's within the jurisdiction of the Rec and Park District, and the speaker is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. And then any matter that requires board action will be referred to staff or committee for a report and action at subsequent meeting. And I have one public comment request form for Derek. Is there anyone else online? All right, go to you, Derek.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much. My name is Derek Minema. Good evening, directors. I'm president of the Rollingwood Homeowners Association. And Rollingwood's on the east side of Fair Oaks. We're on the east side of Hazel, and there's two Fair Oaks parks in our area, Phoenix Field and Little Phoenix Park. And over the last couple of months, I've been working with Mike and Sean and talking about questions we have in the parks. And Mike came to our board of directors meeting, gave a great presentation. We're very thankful for that. And one of the things that we've been learning is that there's a funding challenge for Phoenix Field. And there is a landscape and lighting assessment district in the area, but it's pretty small. I think there's less than 150 homes in the landscape and lighting district. And for context, our community, Rollingwood, has over 600 homes. Right, and so given some of the funding constraints for park improvements, Mike and I have been discussing like what could be some options, and we're learning, or I'm learning about Proposition 218 and the requirements for increasing assessments for park districts. And so my public comment here today is really just to really encourage the dialogue, tend to dialogue, and see if there's anything we can do in terms of an engineer's report. And I'll talk, Mike knows those details, not me. But what I understand is that an engineer's report would be necessary to make any type of adjustments to the assessment district. And so we are certainly in support of that. And we would like to engage the Parks District on any type of call it adjustment or amendment to the assessment district. We recognize that that's probably a long process, right? And it requires a lot of public engagement, but I'm here to say that we're supportive of that. And if there's anything that the board could do to kickstart that process, please know that the Rollingwood Homeowners Association is very supportive of it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For something like, so if we were to expand the assessment district, so obviously we do an engineer's report every year, that could be encompassed in that, correct? And if we were to have the engineer's report, assess it, etc., for us to include a larger boundary, what would the next steps of that be, Mike?
My understanding, and I'll clarify that as I continue to work on this, my understanding is we do have to have those residents vote like we did with the Gum Ranch assessment.
Okay.
So it is a localized measure or vote, just to within those boundaries. I don't recall what the threshold is, if it's 60 or 50, whatever it is off the top of my head. But that is something that we would have to get legal piece figured out as well. And then the other element which our engineer can help us with is how does this work when there's Phoenix Park is also more of a regional park, because the landscape and lighting districts are historically for the benefit of that area. So it's possible, I think, but it's something we have to investigate.
So what would like a next step have to be?
For me, it would be talking to our engineer and asking those pointed questions. Is it a vote? And how would it work with a larger park like that? And how would that benefit assessment district could possibly be? We'd start with that, and then they would guide me into probably the attorney and all the other things that we have to do to make that happen. So the first steps would be to make the determination if this was basically really possible within the structure that we have.
But
So-
I think it is, but I need clarity before I do anything.
Yeah, so any revenue that was generated within the new district would go only to those parks that are within that district, which would
Correct.
be Phoenix and Little Phoenix.
Correct.
And could be directed to things that, I guess the community would have a say into some of the improvements.
Definitely neighborhood based, if the funding is through neighborhood based, yes.
which I think that could be very beneficial.
Yeah, very much so. I agree.
Do you know, and obviously, I know you weren't there when that was done, but Was it just that whenever when we formed that assessment district in 89, that there was only 373 parcels then, and that's why there's so many more now that aren't paying into it, or? Mr. Neville was saying that the number was something like over 500 or something?
Yeah, Sean may have a better understanding.
I could not effectively answer that question off the top of my head. Around that time, that area was being developed, so it was likely like Gum Ranch.
Yeah.
A developer was coming in for just that area.
Yeah, I was there then on the CPAC. That was my project on the CPAC. Remy Osborne developed Phoenix Field. And the assessment district was set up on those properties to take care of Little Phoenix Park and the landscaping along Sunset and Madison. And that's the only place that money can go.
At this point, yes.
For
At this point.
Right, for Little Phoenix.
And for that assessment district, that is restricted to those areas at this point.
Right.
And that assessment district does not include the homes in Rollingwood. Rollingwood pays the Fair Oaks, the general
The
Fair
general.
Oaks,
As well as those folks in the Little Phoenix area, it's not, and
Oh,
and
yeah.
Gum Ranch, and
yes,
so, yeah, so some of those have an overlay.
that's true, yeah.
But I mean, I definitely would be in favor of going down this path to see what's
Yeah.
possible and seeing, how the community of that area would like, because we've all heard things, we've seen what could be possible, but as we all know, funding is always something taken into account. And what we've seen so successfully happen is with Measure J and that type of funding, how well we created. And so if we were able to do something more in that community for Phoenix Park and Little Phoenix, I think that would be a huge opportunity.
And I believe Little Phoenix is the only assessment district we have that does not increase.
Right, as a
Correct.
second now, yeah.
It's the same, it's been the same for decades. So, okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming to the, look, we have work to do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing this with
I will
us.
definitely reach out. It'll be after November, some point, somebody on vacation.
Is that something like would we be able to get an update on that at next meeting?
I can continue to update you.
That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Don't see any online. So we'll move to our next item, which is the consent calendar. Do I have a motion?
So moved. I'll second.
Any questions or comments on the consent calendar this month? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, next item is new business. We'll start with 7.1, discussion and possible action on approval of the new sidewalk vending policy.
Just give us another stare. So thank you. This is a board policy that needs approval from the board. Sean, oh, I'm sorry, I have the wrong one. I have the striper. It's like, I'm not doing striping. Sorry, good sidewalk. Here we go. Anyway, what this is the sidewalk vending. In 2018, the California legislature passed the Safe Sidewalk Vending Act, SB 946. This is a state law, which legalized sidewalk vending statewide. The law restricted local governments from prohibiting vending, but allowed them to impose reasonable times, places, and manners for that vending to occur. There's certain restrictions, and that again is under state law. On February 4th, 2025, Sacramento County adopted Chapter 4.55 of the County Code, requiring sidewalk vendors to obtain a Sacramento County business license, comply with public health regulations, and observe specific operational standards. Sacramento County Regional Parks also limits vending to designated areas and times to maintain safety, ADA access, and the natural characteristics of the parks. As a special district within unincorporated Sacramento County, Fair Oaks Recreation and Park District must align with those regulations. To address vending on district-owned property and facilities, staff developed a draft policy that defines allowable vending locations, safety requirements, and event restrictions within those two guidelines, county and state. The policy committee of our board reviewed this draft on their October 7th meeting, recommended forwarded to the full board of directors for consideration at this meeting. And if you do adopt this, we will send this off to legal to make certain that we're referencing everything appropriately, because it's all again state and county. And we want to be certain that it's legally binding. And then once it's back from the attorney, we will then issue it to Director or Chair Damani to sign it. And so you won't be signing it tonight, but we would be signing it if it is approved tonight after the legal reviews it. And that's what I have. I can answer any questions.
So Darren and I were the policy review committee. My only questions on this was how it affected events, vendors in the events like the concerts in the park, and apparently it's not, they're not covered by this. And so I was happy with it, Darren was happy with it. The one thing that I haven't seen, and I wanted to ask the question, I think each park will have a map of the designated places.
We will put together that, yeah. It's pretty limited, seriously, because of restriction in ADA, path of travel for vehicles and safety and all those other things. So it's a very limited area that these are allowed. And I'm gonna just read, because that was a consideration for events and it still is something I want to be certain everybody understands. Sidewalk vendors may be limited, relocated, or prohibited if they conflict with exclusive concession agreements, scheduled district events, rentals, or permitted activities. So we can completely shut it down for those types of things. And that's within the state law and county regulations.
And by definition of sidewalk, it's not only the external perimeter sidewalks, it's sidewalks within the facilities.
Correct.
I will make a motion to approve the new sidewalk vending policy.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Yeah.
So item 7.2, discussion and possible action on approval of the new trespassing policy.
Thank you, board. That's also me. Oops. So we are recommend that the board of directors approve the draft Fair Oaks Recreation and Park District trespass policy, which is attached to the board report. Fair Oaks Recreation and Parks has historically relied on California Penal Code and Sacramento County Code provisions for trespass. We will continue to do that under this policy. The district has not had a formalized policy documented tailored to district operations. The proposed trespass policy provides clear guidelines for preventing, identifying, and responding to trespass on district property. It reinforces the district's commitment to public safety, staff authority, and compliance with state and county laws. The policy committee again reviewed this on October 7th, and it's recommended that it be forwarded to the full board for consideration. Final adoption, just like the sidewalk vending, we have to run this by the attorney, and we'll follow the same process with it because again, we're following state law and county code. So the biggest change is making certain that we provide a document to Sacramento County Sheriff that allows them to enforce the trespass if we initiate it. And we will issue that with the county and get their signatures and have that on file if this does pass.
Will there be, is there a need for additional signage in the parks at all, or is that already kind of covered by?
Not so far.
Okay.
At this point, it's typically taking just a conversation with sheriffs on site.
And then what is the plan in terms of making sure staff know what they should and should not do? Because that staff safety is of utmost importance.
When we've attempted to trespass someone in the past, it's taken a conversation between the higher management team typically, and it doesn't just happen in a bubble. So an issue arises in the parks, it goes from my staff to me, and then I bring that to the management team. We discuss internally and pass it back up to staff. In severe cases, the sheriff has just recommended that we trespass people, and that enables them to act.
Okay,
Has enabled them to act in the past.
okay.
We've had that happen for several people with several warrants under their belt that were living in the parks.
Sure.
And when it's so egregiously obvious, it just moves forward.
Okay,
But we can definitely look into an active training for all park staff
Yeah.
that would align ourselves with overall district values.
yeah. I just want to make sure that no one tries to do something. No one, we don't need anyone to be a hero.
Oh, sure.
And get injured somehow. So, okay.
So we didn't have any problems with it as a committee, but the um, uh, the the questions I have relate to implementation. Most of our parks are closed down and they're posted for not being there. They have gates and so on. There are a few special cases like the pass-through at Vintage Woods, which I imagine you'd utilize if somebody were camping out there. Certainly people can pass through any time of a day or night, I suppose. And then in the village, we have a unique situation here in that we have lights and I don't know if we have posted hours in the village or if we will, but
We do have in multiple locations.
but it's likely that this is going to be a popular place, you know, fairly late into the evenings.
And if I may just add, it's the goal of a trespass policy isn't to get the teenagers playing on the playground a little bit late. It's the repetitive problems that don't leave and yell and curse at the staff and are an issue. It's not just somebody sitting at a park bench minding their own business at
Mhm.
9:30 when the park closes at 9.
If I recall, we used to have quite a few problems over by the library in Fair Oaks Park with people camping overnight in their sleeping bags on the tables and stuff. So I imagine this is kind of like our alcohol policy, officially prohibited, but it'll be enforced when there's an issue, when there's a problem.
I don't have a problem with the policy. Does anyone have any other questions?
No, Ralph and I sat on the committee and we asked a ton of questions and everything seems in line with what we need to do.
So I will make a motion to approve the policy on, get the wording right, to approve the district trespass policy as shown in attachment A, and authorize staff to move forward with legal counsel review.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes. So we'll move to 7.3, another policy item. So discussion and possible action on approval of the updated financial policy.
Yes, thank you. We did a lot of the policy committee meeting. So this, I'm gonna let Jamie Fawcett, who is the creator and author of the financial policies manual that the committee reviewed and that is included in this packet. So I will let her take it away. If she unmutes herself.
There
I
she
need
goes.
to unmute myself, I'm sorry. Good evening. Tonight I'm presenting the district's financial policy manual. This document consolidates and formalizes our key financial policies, including accounting standards, purchasing procedures, internal controls, and reserve management to ensure consistency, transparency, and compliance with the Government Accounting Standards Board, as well as with Sacramento County guidelines. It is designed to serve as both a practical reference for staff and a governance tool for the board, supporting accountability and sound financial stewardship moving forward. This is also something we are looking to update on an annual basis as government accounting standards change and are updated. And we're also putting together procedures to align and support these policies.
Thank you, Jamie. Have any questions?
And her contractual relationship with the park district is, could you explain that?
Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie's our accounting supervisor.
Oh,
She's a boy.
She's our,
in staff. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Apologize, I
We
didn't know
didn't
that.
pay any. Well, I mean, we did technically.
So when our committee looked at this, we, not being accountants or we basically had to trust that this is based on standard documents with the county and all, and so we had no problems with recommending approval.
Thank you. Any questions? Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the updated financial policy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you,
Yes,
Jamie.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
Amy. All right, our next item is discussion and possible action on the addition of a parking lot striper equipment. Or purchasing the parking lot striping thing.
Once again, good evening, Sean Ventura, Parks and Facilities Manager. So if you've been out to any of our parks, you realize that we are in desperate need of striping throughout almost all of our parking lots, not counting Bannister Park, which we have at rather great expense, put more permanent marking upon. We, as a district, had a paint striper that was purchased at some point prior to 2013. That was when I started with the district, and it was still old when I was here. We've kept it living along up until this point and can no longer do so. The original plan this fiscal year was to buy a more cost-effective striper that would take a little bit more work on my staff's part as part of my regular operational budget, staying underneath our capital improvement plan funding limits. But due to budget constraints that was removed from the operational budget. I'm now coming to you to request that using Fair Oaks Landscape and Lighting funds at a not to exceed amount of $8,000, getting a little bit less cost effective, translated a little less cheap paint striper that may be much more well utilized by my staff, much more effectively as far as time management goes, to begin to stripe our parking lots once more. I've reached out for quotes on this service, and it would probably need to be done once every 2 to 5 years, depending on the action in that park. And that would be $20,000 per striping event at a place like Phoenix Park. So it would be more cost effective to buy this striper and do it in-house. I'm looking to move funds to be able to do so.
Question, we have trained staff to use that, yes, with the old one, we have people that are adapted that.
We didn't do any formal training with the previous striper. We used it mostly for touch-ups previously. If so desired, I can put together a formalized training for that.
It'd probably be good to have 1 or 2 people that are adept at doing that. The other question is, what are we doing with the old one? Any trade-in value, or just gonna junk it?
Potentially $100 or so if somebody wants to buy it, but it doesn't work. We tried, Rick here tried his hand for way too long before I said it. We gotta stop. Everything we fixed, something else broke on that thing. It was not ready.
And the one we're buying will be a new one, or?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, no used equipment if I can help it.
no. Well, I'll make a motion unless anybody has questions.
What out there, Ralph?
The motion to approve the purchase of a paint striping machine for use throughout the district's properties and adoption of resolution number 101525-01 appropriating the funds for that purchase.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes and resolution is set. All right, our last new business item is the discussion and possible action on the selection of SAC LAFCO representatives.
All right, well, this is up to you all, but there are 3 offices currently open for SAC LAFCO. There are several candidates that are listed here in the staff report. Their bios and resumes were all attached to the report. SAC LAFCO is asking you as a governing body to select one for each of those offices. So you may choose and send in your ballot.
Does anyone have any preferences?
Well, the only thing I'd like to say, Brandon Rose served on our board here for 8 years, and I think he ought to get our vote for the 2-year regular
Yes.
term.
I agree.
I don't know about the others. It appears that Gay Jones has been on the board, on the commission for quite some time. He's probably pretty well experienced, but I don't know any of those people.
I'm fine with selecting the incumbents on both the 4-year, on both of the 4-year terms, and then selecting Brandon for the 2-year.
That sounds good to me.
I would be fine with that, because the other 4-year incumbent is from the Rio Linda Rec and Park District. kind of nice having a smaller park district represented.
Right. So is that a motion? If it is, I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
So that would be
A
A.
Jones,
Jones.
Charlia Moore, and Brandon Rose.
Yes, do you have that, Jen? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so now we will move into our Fair Oaks Recreation Foundation meeting. So to do that, we're going to move into we're going to convene the meeting without adjourning our board of directors meeting. So could I please have a motion to convene Fair Oaks Rec Foundation meeting?
so moved.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so for foundation business, we have to review and approve the updated foundation name.
Yes, and board, foundation board. Why you have to do this now is because we are looking on the revised bylaws for the foundation. And to save the step, we need to have a name to put in there. And so there's some recommendations here for potential names. There's one additional one that I'll read to you that came in from Director Carhart. But the possible names that we have just as a starting point are providing you Fair Oaks Foundation, which would be FOF in terms of initials or acronym. And the Fair Oaks Recreation and Arts Foundation, which is FORAF or 4RAF. And then Fair Oaks Culture and Parks Foundation, Fair Oaks CPF. And then Fair Oaks Recreation Park and Arts Foundation or 4PAF, FORPAF. And then this is the one from Director Carhart that he submitted on the 14th yesterday. Fair Oaks Community Arts, Recreation and Events, or FOCARE. The areas that this foundation will be working with are recreation, parks, arts and entertainment, and that's primarily it. So those are the areas. Did I miss something? I don't think so. Those are the 3 areas. So those are the areas that the foundation will be working with. So a name that is representative or close to representation of that. I'll leave it with that if you.
Yeah, and let me just explain mine. I shortened it, but I thought that park was kind of incorporated in recreation. Entertainment is incorporated in events and so on. So that was just another one I threw out that had maybe a cute acronym and was a little shorter. Talking with my daughter-in-law who accepts grants at the state and says she gets very long and convoluted ones. She said it's kind of preferable to keep them rather short.
Agreed.
So I wanted to throw out another one, which would be Fair Oaks Community Foundation. If it isn't taken by somebody, just Fair Oaks Community Foundation, and it leaves it kind of wide open.
My vote is for the second bullet, Fair Oaks Recreation and Arts Foundation. I think that covers all of it. And it's short.
I liked the first one because it is all encompassing. I think you can have Fair Oaks Foundation and then you can always have like a sub thing under it, right? Arts, parks, entertainment or whatnot. But I feel like if you keep it the most simple, the most broad, then you can separate.
I just think it's too general. And I think when we go after grants and stuff like that, like it's just not, it sounds like it's for like the entire city. And not specific to recreation, but.
And Director Mouse, the Orangevale Foundation is Fair Oaks or Orangevale Fair Oaks Community Foundation. That's their official name.
Okay.
So
That would be the only reason why I don't think we should do Fair Oaks Community Foundation, is I think there might be a mix up between the two.
Yeah, I would agree. What was the one that Darren
The
proposed?
second bullet, I think covers, because we don't, I think recreation and parks is redundant.
Mhm.
I mean, that can all be lumped under recreation, and I think arts and community and culture is all sort of redundant with arts, but.
So you were proposing Fair Oaks Recreation and Arts Foundation.
That's what I would say, yes, that would be my vote.
Well, it's simple. I could support that.
If I'm fine with the second, I like the broadness of the first. I understand the not, but I would be in support of the second.
I was also drawn to the first, but I actually, I see the point on putting in. a little bit more. We have so many acronyms.
Do we have to use the acronyms?
No, we don't have to.
The fossil.
Yeah, I don't.
COPAC, I think COPAC is good, but, yeah, we have a lot of acronyms. Yeah, I think, I'm thinking recreation and I think I like recreation and arts as well.
The nice thing about that is recreation implies the parks, art, and events, and so does arts, culture. There's a lot of things under those two terms.
What was your suggestion, Gabrielle? What was the one that you suggested to make yesterday?
Oh, the one yesterday,
What was it?
Fair Oaks Community Arts, Recreation and Events, or folklore.
That's too long, I think, but I like it. But you're right, it's trying to encompass
I
everything.
was kind of looking at the acronym,
I do like that. I like.
Ralph is working backward.
You should have seen the ones we did make the cut.
Yeah, I think I like the second too. Fair Oaks Recreation and Arts Foundation.
Do you want to make a motion?
Sure. Let's see, what are we seeing in here? I would, make the motion that we adopt the Fair Oaks Recreation Arts Foundation as the official name of our new foundation.
All right,
Second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we will adjourn the formerly known as Fair Oaks Recreation Foundation meeting. And we
It's not official yet.
and we'll return to our Rec and Park District Board of Meeting. Can I have a motion, please, to return back to our regular district?
So
meeting?
moved.
Thank you. Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now we'll go into closed session for our performance evaluation of the district infrastructure. So. Thank
We
you.
didn't have any minutes to approve on that foundation.
No,
Yeah, that, you're just.
next month.
And hopefully you'll have
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We need the motion to, exit the other meeting.
Oh, jeez.
So we
Over
have,
there.
Yeah.
we have returned to open our regular board meeting. But can I please have a motion, based on the action that we took? The action that we are going to take from our closed session,
So moved. Second.
okay? We will be, I guess, do you want to clarify, the motion will be to amend the district administrator's contract. Thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
To approve the
Yes.
approve the
The
agenda.
change, yeah, the addendum.
Administrator's job.
Okay, so our last item, and I'll check that, there we go. Now we will do items from the board of directors. So start with Darren.
Nothing more than just a fantastic weekend of festivities, the gala, the ribbon cutting, the folk festival. I drove by on Saturday and Sunday, and I've never seen so many people around everywhere. We are now the talk of all of Gold River, all the Gold River roads, like the parks in Gold River are not good enough for the kids now. They're all being requesting to be shuttled over to our playground. So yeah, it's just, I mean, obviously, we've been waiting for this day for a long time, and it was just phenomenal to see everything. Jen, you did a great job putting everything, everybody did a phenomenal job in putting things together for that 4 days. That was just great.
I haven't had a single person ask me when things are gonna open up, which is in years I haven't heard of Haley. I just want to congratulate and recognize Jen for pulling off just an amazing program. I know you had a team to do that, but it was wonderful. I went in, when we went into the Black Box Theater and into the clubhouse, I thought, this is the clubhouse, we're in a nightclub. The decorations and everything were so wonderful. The event was well handled in the park. The only thing, I got here rather late for the carnival on Sunday, as everything was closing up. I wish I'd had another couple hours. But everybody is remarking what a beautiful bunch of facilities we have now. I'm excited.
Yeah, everything was great. I really loved that every elected was here. Our state senator, our state assembly person, our supervisor, our congressman. I think that's pretty cool that everybody came out. I was really proud of the whole team. Every vendor did an amazing job. And it looks so great in the clubhouse. I can't wait to see photos online as far as just because that's the one thing for renting it out. People want to see the spaces, and I noticed that's the one thing that's not there yet is photos, but I'm sure it's gonna be. So it's great.
Yes, I'm exhausted. Exhausted, and I was only an attendee. But I keep thinking about how every single day served a different audience. And how special that was, because so I went to every single one, so I got to see like the different groups of people attend at each one, and it was so cool, which I think just really made it to where like everyone in our community came out for like at least one of those days. And I loved on Sunday at the carnival watching, I saw Jen giving tours, I saw Mike giving tours, and it was like Universal Studio. They're like walking around and talking, and people are asking questions. And I mean, these were like large groups of people just going, everyone loved seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, and the passport idea was a huge hit. So I've heard nothing but positive things, which I expected, but it's been really nice after how long it has been. And I feel like we as a board do have but had to deal with like a lot of stress from the community trying to get this done. And so yeah, it feels really, really nice. And I think the whole 4 days, I mean, it went so smooth. It was wonderful. So thank you.
I want to mention too, Mike did a presentation at the Rotary Club a week ago, an excellent presentation, and it was well received and well done. Like everything Mike does is well done, and call it 1,000% effort, so. And I think Jen is scheduled to come in a few weeks and talk about our future events and plans.
Yeah, looking forward to all the future memories we're gonna make
Yeah.
in these spaces.
On that note, actually, what plaque, when is our plaque coming?
It was just approved a couple weeks ago, like the final proof, so probably a month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do, hopefully we'll do something at our board meeting or before our board meeting or something, you know, out there, get a photo and,
That would be fun.
you know.
So Mike, I noticed a lot of photography going on during the various events. Where will we see that photography?
I could do my update and get a
Oh.
little.
Well, sure. If everyone's done, shall we move to items from staff?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jen, why don't you go first?
Yeah. Evening board directors, Jen Schuler, Arts and Entertainment Manager. Speaking of photos, I've, in the past couple of days, been getting all those photos from around the 4 photographers I had throughout the weekend and videographers, and we have just a quick little snippet of the ribbon cutting and gala that I was gonna show you guys. It has a couple edits and then we'll make sure it's on the website for everyone to see, but Ian, if you would like to play that now, we can watch that.
We'll see.
It'll be on those screens.
Everybody saw we got nice coverage on Channel
Okay,
3
Sarah.
that night too. They gave us a fairly long segment.
Yeah.
Go, 1, 2, 3. Make some noise one more time. 1, 2, 3, let's go! I am a fellow Farokian, and I am so pleased that it's finished. That was the good stuff. Take your photos. The party's about to begin. I'll see you inside. Have a good time. I'll see you soon. In just a moment, I'm going to give you all a taste of what the actors that'll grace the stage, what they get to see when they're performing. But tonight, you get to be on stage. Oh, that is beautiful. Make some noise. Well done. Well done. Opening night next weekend, the 17th, Beetlejuice. Don't miss it. Get your tickets. It's going to be wild.
Fair here celebrating this incredible village hall, which how amazing it looks. Can we give this round of applause?
Finish your dinner, finish your wine, chat with your friends, change a table if you want to.
Thank you all.
Make sure that's shareable.
Oh, yeah, I will. Just to wrap that up, like Robbie said in the video, we opened Beetlejuice this weekend on the 17th. They're down there doing a dress rehearsal right now, and we're really excited. We get to showcase the Black Box Theater and all the things that it can do, so. Yay, anyway, that's all I have.
Awesome. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, Nick, you wanna go next?
Do you have a video show?
Yeah, Big Dave's Bear Vision Manager, I can not really follow that up to, that was pretty the cool video, that was. No, you guys, lots a lot of kudos to staff, honestly, kudos to you guys for all the hard work that you put in this project too, because I know you guys helped with a lot of stuff, from your side, so thank you, because it was a truly amazing 4-day grand opening, and as Director Belinda mentioned, you know, it was really cool to see, you know, something for everyone out of the 4 days. It was really exciting to see, and staff worked super hard. As you know, we didn't have much of a chance to get into these facilities prior to the grand opening, so we didn't really know the inner workings of a lot of the facilities, the park and how flow was going to work with the different events and the programs. but staff worked super hard, leading up to the grand opening to make it all happen. And as you all said, we've heard nothing but fantastic things from the community. Everything's been super positive. I've heard multiple people say it was worth the wait. So that was great to hear. I think it was Jamie that had mentioned someone told her that she was opposed to the project, but now she absolutely loves it. So really great to see all the positive and all the positive comments that we've gotten for the project and the program. So we look forward to doing more stuff out in here in all of our parks, but we do have a few things coming up here in the village. On October 26th, I believe, it's not this Sunday, the following Sunday, is going to be the Conscious in the Park. Last concert is going to be in conjunction with the Historical Society's event. They have later on that evening a celebration of Fair Oaks in 130 years. So that will be,
I think that's the 25th.
25th, sorry, thank you. 25th. That's going to be at 12:30, it's going to be the concert, then followed by a dinner with the Historical Society later on in the evening in the clubhouse. Then following
Tickets are
that,
still available.
no, tickets are still available. Then following that, on October 30th, we have, in conjunction with the Rotary Safer Halloween event, that's going to be in the village. We are doing a Monster Mash Midway. So we'll have some carnival games and some activities for the kids as well as a performance. That'll be occurring in the spaces. And then we're also bringing Brett back. If you remember, I think we did a little bit during the shutdown, but the scarecrows that were out in the village. So it's where the community can come and decorate a scarecrow or take it home and decorate a scarecrow and we'll display them in the village. So that will be occurring as well. So we have a lot of stuff and we're excited to get back in these facilities, start programming, renting spaces and just enjoy being back. So thank you.
Nick, did we, did I miss, did we go over the chicken festival last meeting or?
We did not, you know.
As I know that's what it happened.
You know, I thought about mentioning it, but it was so overshadowed.
Just a quick recap would be great.
Yeah, we'll do it in November.
Quick recap.
Or you want to do it in November?
We usually do it in November.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll get Sabrina here so she can
Okay,
do it appropriately.
perfect.
But it was a great event. That's not a recap.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Sean?
He's got the unenviable job of maintaining this new.
Well, my update is that we're done with construction and our job is not done down here, but my staff can get back to their jobs out in the rest of the parks. Today we pulled out nearly 15 feet of packed root ball through storm drains that were flooding neighbors' houses. That's been on our to-do list for a while. We're gonna get out and start trimming up some oak trees that need some structural pruning. We've got turf maintenance, aeration, fertilization, overseeding that needs to happen immediately before it starts raining. We can't do it again. A lot of dog park maintenance, and we're just excited to not abandon this park because Patrick's gonna have his focus here heavily, but get out there and fix a mainline break that's had the water shut off at Gum Ranch since before Chicken Festival. Thankfully, we've had cool weather and rain, so it's been going good, but there's a lot of work to do out there. And that's where my staff is gonna be, and I'm a little muddy today because you just have to get in sometimes when you can really get into a storm drain. It's delightful sometimes. So yeah, that's my long and short of it. So that's it.
So I heard rumors from Mike at the event, there was some sewer issue outside the clubhouse.
Yeah,
Is that
so
resolved?
a minor update on that. That was taken care of on Monday by Bobo Construction. Apparently, when the demolition was done around the manhole cover out here, some asphalt was dropped into the bottom of that, which caused a major blockage. So that was performed by Bobo, thankfully, because I was out sick Monday. But that is going to likely be passed back on to the contractor who didn't clean up the mess after they were done.
Yeah.
Is that the problem we had during the gala?
Yes, that was.
Well, that's good. You don't want to be doing sewer
outside.
But no, it leaves out front. The nice thing is,
Nobody did, yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable how.
Now, how much longer does, how much,
It was good, yeah.
how much longer does Bobo maintain all the landscape? 60 days?
They're in a 90-day window. I can
90.
tell you the exact amount, but I think it's towards the end of November, maybe a little bit into December, but not much.
So they'll be doing everything, not you, in that period of time.
Yes.
Good.
I'm already working with our landscape contractor. He sent a contract over to me last week, an updated contract. I did not have time to look at that, but it's been in conversations we've had for the last 2 years, so it's not gonna surprise any of us. We've already budgeted funds to pay for all of that stuff, and they're ready to go.
Have we had final buyout from the county on the landscaping? So that.
I don't believe so. I'm sure in the landscaping, maybe on landscaping.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe landscaping, yeah. We have temporary on a few things that we're just finishing up.
Yeah.
But landscaping might be done, yeah.
Once the county's all done and gone and out of here, Mike and I were talking about dressing up around the oak tree here with some suitable drought tolerant plants.
Yeah.
We can certainly do that. I'd like to do that over, Mike's had concerns about the one over in the corner by Maine as well, which might do it at the same time.
Yeah, that brings up a point, like, weren't they supposed to be paving by now?
Yeah, I can give an update on that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Jen, did you have anything? I don't have anything. Mike?
Yeah, and thank you for the paving. Yes, I went to the pre-construction meeting early this week. Anyway, it seems like 100 years ago. But we did a pre-con meeting. They will be paving sections of the road. The time of work is 8 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. They're supposed to have every section of the road that they're working on open again at 3:30. So there may be some impact to parking during those daytime hours, but the evening hours should be okay, and it'll only be sections of the park at a time. So they're gonna do section by section by section by section. So 3 sections. They will not be doing Fair Oaks Boulevard. The estimated start date, we should get a notice from the contractor on the 17th of October. That will start the 10-day window before construction. So I haven't seen the notice yet. They said it's by the 17th. So once we get the notice, then it's a 10-day tick before they start construction. And it's really on them. I went to the pre-con meeting specifically to address parking, making certain that our parking could stay available for our events and activities as best as possible. And then also for the fact that as the contractor's out there working, more than likely, they will get people coming on and saying it's the Fair Oaks Recreation and Park District doing the paving. So I've asked them to send all concerns to me, and I'll message for the county, and I got the approved message from the county to message the public about how the county and why the county is doing the work and the approximate time frame for it. So they figured 20 days of work once they start. That's their estimation.
Beginning of November, roughly, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Now, are they going to do the same level of dig out and all of that we did, or are they just going?
Not if they're gonna have it open by 3:30 every day.
Yeah, they will do what they are required to do under the contract the county provided. I cannot answer the question.
Why aren't they doing Fair Oaks Boulevard?
Because we did the full width of it.
Oh, we did, okay.
Yeah, now they'll be taking out some of our full width that we've done.
That's what I
certain
thought.
places, some of it, and that is because the drainage issues and stuff, once the county starts working on theirs, it shifts the drainage issue, right? And so they're gonna retain it and maintain it, the appropriate drainage, so that there's parts of it they have to take out completely. And they'll go through and do that. It really doesn't extend the time much. It's a pretty quick fix, obviously, because the base has already been done. And so they're just a matter of recrowning and things like that for the road. So keeping the water flowing in the appropriate direction is what's critical.
So no further cost on us?
No, it's not on us at all. If there may be an impact, that's the thing I want to be certain that we're trying to cover.
And as far as we were gonna do a cleanup on the artwork in California and Fair Oaks, did they do anything? Will they do anything when
It's done.
It's done,
It's done.
okay,
It's done.
nice.
And that's really my update. I'll be gone next week. I'm going on a little vacation to knock down some vacation time. So to get rid of some of that liability. But I'll be back before the end of the month.
Thank you, Mike.
Good.
Thank you.
So with that, we can adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.